Shein, the online fast fashion giant, has exploded in popularity in France. It offers super cheap, trendy clothes that have even people in Paris choosing bargains over fancy items. But this week, everyone stopped talking about shopping and started talking about a big problem. During what was supposed to be a routine online inspection, French police stumbled upon something deeply disturbing on Shein's website. What started as a standard check quickly turned into a major investigation, as officers realized they were looking at more than just fashion or accessories. Instead of only finding clothes and shoes, investigators uncovered a hidden side of the site: illegal products openly listed for sale. Among these were sex dolls designed to look like children, dangerous weapons, and prescription medicines that should only be available with a doctor's approval. The officers were shocked by how easily these items could be found, just a few clicks away from the main page. The news of this discovery sent shockwaves through both the government and the public. Officials were left speechless, and many people couldn't believe that such things were being sold on a site so popular with young shoppers. These weren't just minor oversights or technical glitches. These were serious violations of French law. The products in question were strictly forbidden, and their presence on a mainstream shopping platform raised urgent questions about oversight and responsibility. The fact that these illegal items were so easily accessible on a website used by millions of young people and families was seen as a massive failure to protect consumers. Parents and teachers voiced their concerns, worried about the safety of children and teenagers who might stumble upon these products. What made this even more alarming was that the French government itself made the discovery. It wasn't a whistleblower or a rival company, but official investigators who uncovered the problem, highlighting just how serious and widespread the issue was. Overnight, Shein's reputation for being a convenient and affordable shopping destination was overshadowed by doubts about its safety standards and whether it was following the law. Customers who once trusted the brand now questioned what else might be hidden on the site. The government wasted no time in responding. Officials called urgent meetings, held press conferences, and made it clear that such violations would not be tolerated. Their reaction was swift and decisive, aiming to reassure the public and send a strong message to other online retailers. The scandal quickly became headline news across France. It sparked a nationwide debate about the responsibilities of large online shopping platforms and whether enough is being done to keep illegal and dangerous products off the internet. Now, Shein found itself at the center of a crisis that threatened not just its reputation, but its entire future in France. The company faced tough questions and the possibility of being shut down if it couldn't prove it could keep its marketplace safe and legal. The French consumer watchdog, after a thorough investigation, confirmed that Shein was selling products in France that violated strict national safety and consumer protection laws. These weren't just minor infractions. Some items were found to be outright illegal, raising serious concerns about consumer safety and regulatory compliance. This revelation put immense pressure on the French government, leaving them with no choice but to take decisive action. The authorities knew that simply issuing a warning wouldn't be enough to protect French consumers or uphold the country's reputation for rigorous standards. Coincidentally, on the very day Shein celebrated the grand opening of its first pop-up store in Paris, a major milestone for the brand, the French Finance Ministry made a bold announcement. They declared that they were launching official proceedings to potentially shut down Shein's operations across the country. The government's threat was unprecedented, a total digital blackout. If Shein failed to comply, its website and app would be blocked nationwide, cutting off millions of French shoppers from the platform overnight. But the ultimatum didn't stop there. French authorities demanded that Shein not only remove the illegal products immediately, but also guarantee that no such items would ever appear on their site again. This was a call for total accountability, not just a quick fix. Shein was handed a stark choice: take full control of your marketplace and ensure every product meets French standards, or risk being completely shut out of one of Europe's largest and most lucrative markets. The message from France was unmistakable. Shein would be held fully responsible for every single item sold under its name, no matter who the seller was. This marked a turning point for online retail in France. The government was setting a new precedent, demanding a higher level of oversight and responsibility from global e-commerce giants. With so much at stake, revenue, reputation, and access to millions of customers, Shein was under immense pressure to respond quickly and decisively. The clock was ticking, and the world was watching. The ultimatum was clear and non-negotiable. For Shein, this was a moment of reckoning. comply with France's strict demands, or face the consequences of being locked out of an entire nation's digital marketplace. Facing a complete shutdown, Shein started an emergency plan. The company checked its whole website, removing not just the illegal items the police pointed out, but any product that might break French law. Shein said sorry to the public and promised to work fully with the authorities. Behind the scenes, teams worked day and night to take down listings for banned dolls, weapons, and medicines. The company's good name and money in France were at risk. Shein's marketplace, with thousands of different sellers, was the hardest part to control. The world watched as Shein rushed to meet the government's demands. The company's future in France depended on its ability to clean up its website right away. Time was running out. Shein's quick action worked. Within 2 days, French authorities said the illegal products were gone. The finance ministry stopped the process to suspend Shein, letting it keep working in France. The government's goal wasn't to punish, but to get immediate cooperation and keep people safe. Shein promised new steps: stronger checks on products, better systems to find bad items, and more control. The crisis was avoided, but the company's reputation had been hurt. The French government made it clear this was just a break, not a forgiveness. Shein remained under close watch. The message to all online stores was very clear: following the rules is not an option, it's a must. Shein's access to the French market now depended on staying careful all the time. The threat of being shut down was still there. The government put Shein under close watch. Agencies would check the website for any new rule breaking, ready to act right away. Prime Minister Lecornu ordered another full check of Shein's site the next week. The break was risky. Any mistake could lead to the suspension starting again. Regulators wanted more than just taking down bad items after they were found. They wanted systems that would stop illegal listings from appearing in the first place. Shein had to prove its new safety rules worked. French authorities would look at every small detail of Shein's plan to follow the rules. The company was now being watched very closely. The time of not watching online marketplaces carefully in France was over. Shein's next mistake could be its last. Even though the suspension was paused, Shein's legal problems got bigger. The Interior Ministry started a criminal case in a Paris court, making the issue go from just rules to actual law. The public prosecutor started 4 separate investigations into the sale of sex dolls that looked like children. Authorities wanted to find out how these products were listed, who the sellers were, and if Shein was involved in any way. These are not small questions. Criminal charges are possible. The Finance Ministry's administrative action is separate from these legal steps. Shein now faces problems on many sides, following rules, its reputation, and in court. The result could set an example for all big online shopping sites. The stakes for Shein and the whole industry have never been higher. The legal fight is just starting. French customs are now checking all Shein shipments, which causes delays and problems for their operations. The customs check works with the online monitoring, creating 2 ways to enforce the rules. Court cases will continue for months, no matter what Shein has done recently to follow the rules. This problem is a wake-up call for shoppers. Low prices can come with hidden dangers. Shoppers must be careful. Product safety isn't guaranteed online. For regular stores, this strict action is something they've wanted for a long time, making things fairer. The government's tough stance shows that worries about online platforms unfairly competing with responsible businesses were right. The Shein problem has changed how people talk about online shopping in France. France's confrontation with Shein is a big moment for online shopping worldwide. It's not just about one company or one country. This is a turning point for how we think about buying and selling on the internet. The world is watching as governments and businesses figure out how to balance innovation, convenience, and safety in the digital marketplace. The government's demand sets an example. Online platforms are responsible for everything sold under their name. This means that companies can no longer turn a blind eye to what's happening on their sites. Regulators are making it clear: if you profit from online sales, you must also protect consumers and uphold the law. The time when platforms could say they were just neutral helpers is ending. They must actively control what's sold on their sites. This shift is forcing companies to invest in better monitoring, smarter technology, and more staff to ensure compliance. It's a new era of accountability for the digital economy. Other countries are watching, and more strict rules are likely to come. As nations see the impact of France's actions, they may follow suit, creating a ripple effect that changes the rules for everyone. International cooperation and competition will shape the future of online shopping. The lesson is clear. What's against the law in real life is also against the law online, and the police are catching up. Law enforcement agencies are developing new tools and strategies to track illegal activity on the internet, making it harder for bad actors to hide behind screens. For shoppers, this means being more aware and careful is very important. The convenience of online shopping comes with new risks, so consumers need to be proactive. Understanding your rights, knowing how to spot red flags, and staying informed are all part of being a smart digital shopper. Report products that seem strange, check reviews, and don't hesitate to ask questions or seek help if something feels off. Your vigilance helps keep the marketplace safer for everyone. And be careful of deals that seem too good to be true. Scams and counterfeit goods are still out there, and sometimes the best defense is a healthy dose of skepticism. Trust your instincts and remember that a bargain isn't always worth the risk. For the industry, the cost of following the rules is now just part of doing business. Companies must adapt to new regulations, invest in compliance, and build trust with their customers. Those who fail to do so risk losing not just sales, but their reputation and future opportunities. The risk of losing access to whole markets is real. When governments crack down, companies can be shut out overnight, losing millions of customers and years of growth. The stakes have never been higher for global e-commerce players. Governments are ready to act to protect their citizens, even against huge global companies. Public pressure and political will are driving new laws and enforcement, showing that no business is too big to be held accountable. The Shein case will shape how online shopping rules are made around the world. It's a test case for the future, setting precedents that will influence everything from product safety to data privacy and fair competition. Building a safe digital economy needs constant attention and shared responsibility. It's not just up to governments or companies. Everyone, from tech experts to everyday shoppers, has a role to play in making the internet a safer place to buy and sell. The digital world might not have borders, but national laws still matter. Each country will continue to set its own standards, and companies must learn to navigate a patchwork of rules if they want to succeed globally. This is more than just one company's problem. It's a global wake-up call. The choices made today will shape the future of online shopping for years to come, affecting billions of people and businesses around the world. Every online purchase is a reminder. Safety and being responsible must come first. As we move forward, let's make sure the digital marketplace is a place where trust, fairness, and protection are at the heart of every transaction.